Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. Hey, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to this channel. And why? Well, it's because I do college football videos every single day. And I'm going to start pumping out college basketball videos as soon as the college football season starts winding down. So we're getting very, very close to early signing day, and we're in that period where I would call it the free agency period of the college football world. Now, the NFL, that's totally separate, and I do talk about it sporadically. But for college football, this is the free agency time of the year, and we're going to see a lot of players that we're used to seeing from other teams sign with other teams. Bo Nix, he's transferring from Auburn. And the name that's being talked about right now, Spencer Rattler. Guys, and don't forget, I'm going to start another Super Chat contest this week. This time it's going to be for the Bowls. All you have to do is tune into one of my live shows. The best way to keep up with that is hit the subscribe button and hit that bell button. It'll remind you when I have a live show. And then whenever you come to my live show, Super Chat me or PayPal me $5 or more. Every $5 counts towards one entry. And what you do is you pick out the winner of every single bowl. We're not going to go against the spread. We're just going to go straight up winners. And whoever has the most wins is going to win $100 from Golden Blue Dude. Now, the bowls start on Friday, so this is short notice. I realize that. But I'm going to start my live shows tonight. I wanted to last night, but some things came up. Tonight, I will start my live shows for the Super Chat contest, and it's every $5 that counts towards one entry. So if you do $10, that's two entries, and so on and so forth. I had a Super Chat contest a while back, and the grand prize was a regular-sized helmet of the team of your choice, and a prize from TriStateWoodsketch.com that was valued at $50. And this was a drawing, and it turned out that Raj won that drawing. I wrote down everybody's names, drew it out a hat, and I drew out Raj. Raj got his helmet a few days ago. I'm pretty sure he likes it a lot. It's a pretty sweet helmet, even for a Georgia helmet. A lot of prizes are going to be given out here on Golden Blue Dude. The next prize is going to be cold hard cash. $100 for whoever wins my bowl contest. The deadline to get your entries in will be 7 p.m. December 17th. So yes, that's this Friday. But I'm going to do a live show tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night, so you'll have 3 opportunities to Super Chat or PayPal me to get your entry. And remember, this one's not going to be a drawing. You're actually going to go head-to-head against other people. And if just one person enters the contest, they'll win the $100, even if they get every stinking bowl wrong, because they'll be the only person that enters the contest. So as usual, a guaranteed winner. Now, a while back, I made a video about Spencer Rattler because Lincoln Riley went to USC, and Lincoln Riley really liked Spencer Rattler. In fact, it came out that he hated benching Spencer Rattler. That's how much he liked the guy. So it was a big-time rumor that Spencer Rattler would leave Oklahoma and go with Lincoln Riley to USC. And so I made a video on that, of course. Well, Spencer Rattler ended up not going to USC, but did end up going to USC. Are you going crazy, Golden Blue Dude? What are you talking about? Did he or didn't he? Well, he didn't go to the Trojans, but Spencer Rattler is going to USC, the University of South Carolina. A lot of people call him USC Junior. I just call him South Carolina because USC to me is Southern Cal. I mean, that's USC, the Trojans, fight on. So for me, South Carolina is South Carolina. But technically their initials are USC, and Spencer Rattler is heading there. And he has some connections with South Carolina. Shane Beamer, the head coach of South Carolina, was actually an assistant head coach at Oklahoma from 2018 to 2020. And to be honest with you, a lot of people thought that Shane Beamer would be the next coach of Oklahoma once Lincoln Riley moved on. Well, that didn't happen. South Carolina pulled him from Oklahoma. Great hire, by the way. I gave that an A. That's a good hire by South Carolina. And now we're starting to really see it pay off. Well, Golden Blue Dude, they're getting Spencer Rattler. He's not that good. He fell off in 2021. Let's actually look at the stats before we go that far. 2019, limited action, 7 for 11, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. 2020, breakout season, 214 for 317, 67.5%, threw for 3,031 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Now, 2021, his down year. 140 for 187, that's 74.9%. That is a high completion rate. Threw for 1,483 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So, honestly, I do not think Oklahoma's problems with Spencer Rattler. And I understand the fans, they were complaining Oklahoma was barely surviving teams, and they ended up losing to some teams. And Caleb Williams comes in, and he provided a spark. But as Caleb Williams continued to be the starting quarterback, we saw the same issues pop up for Oklahoma. Turnovers. For whatever reason, Oklahoma had turnover issues this year. It was not Spencer Rattler's fault. So I think Oklahoma lost a pretty good quarterback in Spencer Rattler, and South Carolina gained a pretty good quarterback in Spencer Rattler. This changes my opinion, my prediction for South Carolina next year. I think South Carolina will take a major step forward next year now because of Spencer Rattler. He is going to provide a big-time spark. That offense is automatically going to be dynamic. He had a little bit of a down year with his legs. That was the biggest issue with Spencer Rattler. But as far as throwing the ball, spot on. The dude's a good quarterback. South Carolina's getting a good quarterback. So it wouldn't be too far out of reach to say South Carolina could have a 9-3 season. 10 wins, that's a little much. But 9-3, I could definitely see that happening. And before this season started, whenever I did my SEC East predictions, I predicted Florida to take a major step backwards and Kentucky to make that jump up to the 2 spot. And that's exactly what happened. This next year, South Carolina could be the team to take that major step forward to that 2 spot. But of course, that depends on how good Kentucky does as well, because I think Kentucky is going to be good again next year. So it could actually be South Carolina and Kentucky duking it out for that 2nd place spot. But yeah, that's how big of a step forward that I think South Carolina could take this coming year. So mark these words right now. South Carolina could be the team, the dark horse in the SEC East that Kentucky was this year. That's how big of an impact Spencer Rattler could have for South Carolina. And on top of that, Shane Beamer is building something great at South Carolina. They took a step forward this year. They're headed to a bowl 6-6. That's a good step forward for South Carolina. So it's not just Spencer Rattler, but Spencer Rattler might have been the missing piece for South Carolina having a really good year next year. And depending on how Clemson looks next year, let's remember they lost their offensive and defensive coordinators. South Carolina might actually give them a fight next year. I'm not predicting anything like a huge upset or South Carolina beating Clemson or anything like that, but they might actually be able to put up a fight, unlike what they were able to do this year, 30-0. That surprised me. I actually thought South Carolina had a chance of beating Clemson this year. Slight, close game. It was in Columbia. That didn't happen. Clemson blew them out. Next year, South Carolina could be able to put up a fight. I still don't think they're beating Clemson, so don't start giving me the, oh, you're predicting South Carolina to beat Clemson next year. No, it's way too early for that. But with Spencer Rattler, they could put up a much better fight than what they did this year. So there you go. Spencer Rattler to USC, but South Carolina, not Southern Cal. That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.